This morning felt like the end of the world. When I woke up, I felt so much despair. I felt like my life was over. There was no way that I would ever find my way back. I felt like I was gone. I was just sort of missing. There were people in the house, the people that I live with, but I felt just so far, far away from them. And in fact, I felt embarrassed to even talk to them or be part of their space. Like in the kitchen, I just feel a lot of vulnerability for even taking up space, if you will. And also I had so much lethargy, I could barely even move. I just sat in this chair and I I was just almost feeling catatonic. It's like where sometimes people will say, like if you're in an airport or something, oh, you're going to have to wait for a certain period of time and that's going to be difficult. For me, it's never difficult, um, because I feel like I've spent so much of my life just in that place of just feeling so incredibly distraught, and destroyed. And then right now I'm feeling so much better. I mean, and all I can say is to hang on. And that's what I tell myself. My I am statement is I am hanging on. It's kind of like when I did acid as a teenager and I'd have a bad trip. I knew that if I just hung on over 4 hours, the drug would start to, wane, and I would be okay. And so that's what I know today, that I'll just hang on. That this morning I could feel so much despair into my bones that it actually ached. My bones were aching with despair. And then to be feeling as well as I do right now, I was absolutely compelled to do this video because I want to be able to communicate what I'm going through to people who understand and people who can be helped along, this journey. What I can say is that I decided to go get some sugar, some Cadbury, these, these shells on these chocolate eggs at Easter time. Anyway, I was forethoughting it and I was thinking, do I really want to do this to myself because I've been eating healthy? And then I just said to myself, you know what, whatever you want, just kind of to myself, whatever you want, I'm going to get it for you. So I went, I had that chocolate and I loved it so much. And that's what I've learned also. Instead of doing something and then being so self-critical that I did it, do it, and then I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. And then I went to the ocean and I went on a nice walk down these stairs and back up again. And then when I came home, I had some fish and I had some broccoli, and now I'm drinking water, and I feel good. And so I just, again, I was compelled to make this video, and it's kind of like what I've thought before also is, don't kill yourself in the morning, because if you just hang on, look how you could be feeling in the evening. So life, everything is just, it is fluid, even though there are times when I feel like I can't even move. I know that there is, um, it's fluid, there's life. I have my life. I'm grateful for my life. And I'm so grateful to know that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I have been really hanging on to that um, thought. And when I went to church this last Sunday, I was barely able to get there. I somehow went in my car. I parked my car, and I was just kind of sludging along the road, like I could barely even walk. And then I went to the church and I was standing in the back. It was so full and there were a lot of people in the back. And then this lady came over and she said, "Would you like to sit?" And I said, "Yes." And I followed her. And halfway up, it's a very large church, and halfway up, I saw a spot. And I thought, oh, that'll be fine. But she kept going. And she kept going and going and going and going. And then she found a spot for me within like just a few, within 6 rows of the front. And I was so grateful to her for ushering me to that seat. And I heard the priest say, as part of the homily, he said, "Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life." And so those words are the words that I've been saying like a mantra. And to have that be the message was amazing. And then I needed to leave because I just didn't feel like I could compose myself to even function very well. So when they did the peace offering, where everyone is saying, "Peace be with you, peace be with you," that was my opportunity to get up, and I was kind of "peace be with you" as I was exiting the church. But it was an amazing experience. The other thing, when I was walking, it's kind of like I feel like I've spent most of my life walking around in circles, like being outside and just being so distraught. I mean, I would be stuck, like I was at a stop sign with a traffic light, and I was just standing there, and it's almost like I was just stuck there. I was just standing, and I was just stuck. And there have been other times in my life where I'll be stuck in my car. I will be in this state of mind that's, I don't know if I could just say somewhat catatonic or whatever it is. It's some kind of a shroud of something, and it can be very, very, very difficult. But in as much as it's hard for me to talk with other people about it, I thought maybe if I made this video for myself and I watched it, maybe I could have more compassion for myself. And I think that having compassion for myself and just knowing that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life